could, I mean, people, the kind of people that Russian could pay for price smart card. They have no food at all in the house. All they have to get on so. For some pictures I seen around, Bruce and Dominic, I ain't go nowhere. I go quick and get some money in the fast service, and I pay my little bills to who I could pay online, in those, what you call it, like play machine or whatever.
Yeah.
That clear. I ain't go no grocery, I ain't go nowhere in my house since I hear I like Freddy Cat. What it is, when I watch there's some people in my car driving on the road, man walking on the road like nobody's business with a mask under by the throat. What is it? People still want a house party and lie, man. Listen, these people in this country not listening, and I believe it's worldwide. It's a human being. But I think our country too small, and people should understand the cry of Dr. Rowley. But you know our problem here? We're so small, and the politics of the opposition is damaging. Because the kind of things I read and hearing, look Monday night, the amount of things that opposition leaders say. You're not encouraging your people to follow what the rules are going on. Why is everything is an opposition? You mean a pandemic and Dr. Rowley getting a fight down too? What is that? What was that? It's not until I see Dr. Rai Ragbiro, what is his name, from Komuto, he now understands the hurt because he was grand-in-law father, or however you put it. I think it's his wife grandfather. Dead, and of this, and he know the hurt and the pain people feeling. All you have to wait for that to know the hurt and the pain? Come on, man, people. Man, here, right now, Dr. Rowley could lock down the whole place now for me. Lock it tight. Thank you.
Thank you, Zina.
Bruce, to Zina's first point with respect to the gentleman who was asking whether or not, if he has to quarantine if he comes home because of he's gotten his two jabs. People need to remember that the vaccine does not make you immune from the virus. You can still get it even though you're vaccinated. It just means that it would boost your antibodies so that the impact would not be as severe as somebody who has not been inoculated. So for people asking that question, to my mind, is just totally ridiculous. But I have to say, Bruce, that whereas I was concerned before, now I am genuinely worried because we see on a daily basis now more and more the deaths that are being recorded, younger persons with no comorbidities. This gentleman from 96, whatever, Dean Savory, 42, no comorbidities, and they said that he had been struggling in fighting COVID for I think the last 2 weeks or so in Cuba, right? And so while before people were complacent because they're telling us, we keep hearing there's comorbidities, we hardly hearing about anybody who strong and healthy and so on. It has now served as a wake-up call. But part of my concern and my worry too comes from when I read comments on Facebook yesterday when the numbers came out. And I'm seeing people saying they don't trust these numbers. They feel that the government just lying and making up these numbers so that they could force people to take the vaccine and keep the country locked down so they could read the heritage and stabilize this. And when a comment like that gets over 100 likes and is followed by further comments to the effect that I was thinking the same thing, I couldn't have said it better. You speak the truth. If that's the mindset that people have, that these numbers are fake, 399, that's made up because the government trying to fool people and cause people to go into a panic so they will go and take the vaccine. Well, as you just read there, the vaccines run out.
So today we could see 2 people alone infected.
Yeah, because the mission accomplished, right? Yeah. Everybody went and they took the vaccines and so on. So, and that's the kind of stupid mentality. Up to now, I have not seen or seen any pictures, and I have not heard about the leader of the opposition taking the vaccine. You were so concerned about vaccine, you wrote to India.
Yes.
Did she take it? I hear Mr. Oh my gosh calling to say
you jump over all the diplomatic protocols.
Correct.
To go and write.
Yeah, because you're so concerned. We want vaccine, we need vaccine. Mr. I don't want to leave the parliament in a coffin. Did you take your vaccine? I have seen no pictures. I have heard nothing. your mouthpieces on the radio, Mr. Oh My Gosh and others, Miss Santa Cruz, and the three morons that the caller told us about just now on Ground Report. I haven't heard them boasting about their political leader or anybody else. Again, the only person I've seen posted on the UNC's Facebook page taking the vaccine is Dr. IWER. Nobody else. How come their supporters not talking about that?
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Bruce. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, they cool, brother. What's up?
I did just mellow watching tricks, you know.
Yeah.
I watching tricks. Dominic, good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
How are you going?
I am good.
Well, Dominic, you still have the belly to go on Facebook to watch these people. I look off that, you know.
Yeah.
You see, we have Syrian who form a political party and had to resign as the head of the party.
Yeah. The counterfeit 1%.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I can't take you on. And I want to know what happened to these citizens. Why all they just sue this man for what he have? Sue this man, the way how this man has been operating and talking about people in this country. What when how he want people to watch he and respect he.
Yeah.
This man, what when I want to know where he grew up, you know. What is his real motive? He have a container of food still pending to answer for, not so?
The Jericho Project?
The Jericho Project?
Mm-hmm.
But everything somebody do in this country now, they do it bad. It's a racket in it.
Yes.
It's all kind of thing. And he still have questions over here to answer, and he's not telling the population them things.
Mm-hmm.
So he is Mr. Perfect now. He feel that he could run the government. But he had a political party, and he ain't get one seat in this country.
Yeah.
But you feel he could run the country on Facebook.
Yes.
And it have many like he.
Mm-hmm.
Many like he. You understand?
Yes.
And you see, when I started talking about these people, my tongue just started to get light, you know. When my tongue started to get light, you know what could come out?
Yeah.
So,
Let it go.
So before it come out, let me just change the topic and say, good morning to all my loved ones. I hear strong and about. Right? So I locked on and listening.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, cool.
I sent a couple of things on the street. WhatsApp. Yeah.
Check it out and see. Let me say happy birthday going out to Vonda Jeffrey. Happy birthday to you, my dear. Hope you live to see many, 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 many more. So we continue to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Hey, you have asked all a question now. When the opposition leader was the prime minister of this country, it had a video going wrong in a man in 202 or something so.
Room 201.
Right. She couldn't recognize that fella in the video.
Mm.
Yeah? But all of a sudden she recognizing Dr. Rowley and the in a picture. How that? At one time he was drunk and next time he was sober. There was going on. She heard this man rapping marijuana for these young ladies, and it seems like it's not woman who you will call your wife or anything like that. And it was not. No, she's looking at the Prime Minister and telling me Prime Minister with bullet, and I feel Mr. Heinz trying to tell Heinz the snake and bullets for you, you know. That's what I think about when I hear that, you know. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm of the that the increase in the COVID cases is as a result of the vast number of candlelight vigils held across the country in February and March. I'm also of the view that these vigils were deliberate attempts by some of the UNC and COP representatives to cause an increase in an effort to discredit the good report by the international body on TN Trinidad and Tobago management of the COVID crisis. I'm assuming that the opposition leader is happy, very happy, with the current situation right now. In addition to what I've said, I want to believe also that civil disobedience by the public and non-adherence to home quarantine protocol by returning citizens from foreign countries contributed to the increase. This will continue if people prolong with civil disobedience and non-adherence to home quarantine protocol. TN Trinidad and Tobago need prayers at this time. We need to call on God for forgiveness for our disobedience and attitude. Trinidad and Tobago need a day of prayer. That's my contribution this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I know going through here.
Okay.
So, right. What is the map? Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also saw where because the demand for vaccines in the US has slowed down.
Okay.
Canadians are now going to the US to get their vaccines because apparently only 3% of Canadians have been fully vaccinated so far. And unfortunately in Canada, the wait time between the first jab and the second is 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's based on what the government has put in place. So you're not allowed to get the vaccine based on what I'm reading before the second shot before 4 months. So they're looking at around September and that kind of thing. And persons are concerned, so now they go into the US. And so whereas before in the US you would have required to show proof of residency in the state in which you're getting vaccinated, now they've relaxed that, so persons, even if you're from another country or wherever it is. So I know a couple of people who would have traveled abroad recently to the US and they would have gotten vaccinated over there, back home and in quarantine. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you see. Let's see who's out there. Caller, good morning.
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 Dominic, thanks again. Morning, Bruce Reid. Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Thanks again for outlining how much of the population has been vaccinated there. Because in Brazil, I think it's about 8% or 10%, 12%. Right? Because I was looking at that last night and they're comparing that Trinidad and also the one dose in America. The reason why America had vaccinated so much of the population is because most of them have only gotten one shot. If you understand, and they have about 3 different companies producing. Now, the President Biden has just passed a law where almost any company now could mass produce. Take the what we call that, the pattern. Long ago, the pattern was secret.
Yes.
Until a period of time.
Yeah, the intellectual property rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he has given that out. Intellectually, he has given it out. So anybody now who has a company and is approved, and if they check, they could produce the vaccine now in mass production. You understand what I'm saying? So these people who created, you know what the argument on the other radio station this morning? I don't know. It looked like we had to chip up money. Patriots of this country who have respect for the position of the Prime Minister, not the individual, office of the Prime Minister, because I hear a man this morning keep arguing that our Prime Minister is a rapist. And I find it's time we put I saw a journalist in this place, Gutera. What country is that? Philippines. There's a thing on Al Jazeera, Dominic. I want you to take a look at that. I think I'll probably send it to you. Where a Filipino journalist did, I think, call a Shark Tank and research how data analytica come about and show we how the Filipino government was able to win the election and show we how much voters, how much people put up their name, 30-something thousand people created different websites in order that this man who in government would have lost the election if this young lady with this other journalist didn't do what she did do because of misinformation that is being put out in the society. If you understand where I'm going.
Yes.
And this is what is being perpetrated. Now they're blaming Venezuelans. The same people This camp where they show we outside that boat, pull up and people jump off and run in a car. That wasn't in Trinidad.
No.
Since the thing started, how much months ago, they show we a camp with Venezuelans, if all they remember carefully. Right? They come to show me a next camp again, but I'm saying that was on a UNC Monday night forum. And if I am the counselor for that area, won't I already have the police involved in that already?
Yeah.
Trinbagonians, all they wake up, please.
Ouch, it's kind of fuzzy.
Right, so, well, the point I want to make would be you'll be able to see it, right?
All right, so you want to go to it one time?
Yeah. Right, so this is the map showing where the predominance of the virus is in the country, right? In Trinidad. The point I wanted to make, right, Bruce? Notice the coastlines, Trinidad, the fence line communities. You see the red there? Now the red represents areas where you have the most amount of where the virus is most predominant, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if it is that we are saying that the main cause for the spike is because of the migrants that are coming in, I would think that the fence line communities, you would see a lot of red on the coastline.
Right. Yeah.
Why are we not seeing that? Look at it up. Scroll up a little bit. Where Carcass is. They tell us that's the main point where they come into, right? You know, we have seen any red down there? Oh. Okay. But yet still you have members of the literati telling us that there's a video going around of a whole village in the Carcass of just Venezuelan migrants, squatters. You read? Come on up. So where they coming in? The boats apparently when they reach the coastline just hover and they just get wings and then they hover and they just
Not how wheels.
yeah. So they drive it.
Like them James Bond movies.
Yeah. Did that jump out of the boat into the water to run out to the ladder. Did that stay in the areas, right? There. Before, maybe about a year ago or something down on that side, the Carcass and down there, UNC council, when named Shankar Tiloxing or whatever it is, whatever the hell his name is. Every time you're on the news talking about the amount of Venezuelans coming. When last you see a video with him? When last you see him complaining?
Oh boy.
These people in his, But there's another one away to play. Douglas politics.
Play that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Not the whole thing, like from about 6 minutes.
Just.
This low life gutter rat.
From about 6 minutes in.
Yeah, this is what the quality of what the UNC Kamala Prasad Bisesa believes should be in the Senate, upper house of Trinidad and Tobago. This disgusting individual. Every morning doing this doubles and coffee. Well, these days is coffee and no doubles because street food thing. And then he has his program, well, Douglas politics. That's what it is. I think he left out the R. Yeah, the I. Every evening, every night. Disrespectful to the Prime Minister. Disrespectful to the former Minister of National Security, Stuart Young. And this is the filth coming out of this man's mouth, right? And he's a senator.
Banana PNM party. The only thing that going up new in Trinidad and Tobago is a Balize house. How they get our money? Raffle ticket? How much raffle ticket they sell? And you're talking about efficiency and competence? Australia locked down their borders, not to their citizens, but to foreigners and so on, and foreign workers, where they had serious lockdown. Australia open, Australia domestic market partying, restaurant working, full time, full hours, people working, people generating money. And they didn't lock their citizens out of the country. We lock our citizens out. We on two little piece of rock. Time, full hours, people working, people generating money. And they didn't lock their citizens out of the country.
Go back to where he starts to talk about Australia. Let me show you how
lock down the borders, not to their citizens.
Right.
The house, how they get our money? Raffle ticket, how much raffle ticket they sell? And you're talking about efficiency and competence? Australia lock down their borders, not to their citizens, but to foreigners and so on, and foreign workers, where they had serious lockdown. Australia open, Australia domestic market partying, restaurant working, full time, full hours, people working, people generating money, and they didn't lock their citizens out of the country. We lock our citizens out. We on too little piece of rock, and yet COVID ravaging we all up in with K-Packs. Why? Because you have a small pin clown who cannot do his job. He cannot even provide lifeguards with resources to keep people safe. Easter weekend, people drowning, no lifeguard in sight, no equipment, no jet ski, no pay, no place to put their drawers to hang up when it gets wet, to put on our dry drawers when they finish walking. That is your Minister of National Security. Our borders are porous. Venezuelans coming in all over the place, 149 porous areas for illegal immigrants to come in. And now.
So the point I wanted to focus on there was what he said about Australia, right? I allowed it to play a little extra so you could see the caliber of person that Kamala Persad-Bissessar puts her confidence in to serve as a senator in this country. And you heard what he said, so I played it twice, where he said about Australia, right? Australia, they close the borders, but not to their citizens. All right, let me read this. Right? This is a couple of days ago. Australia tells its citizens in India amid COVID crisis, do not come home. Critics condemn the move to temporarily bar Australians, including children, as unnecessarily harsh, a violation of citizenship principles and a cultural double standard. Before the coronavirus pandemic surged, Josiah Dylan dropped her daughter off with her parents in India, expecting to bring her to Australia a month later. That was more than a year ago. Now, any attempt to get the 5-year-old to Australia, where she's a permanent resident, brings a threat of jail time or large fines. She is one of about 8,000 Australians affected by an unprecedented travel ban that began on Monday, prompted by India's record-breaking COVID outbreak. It is believed to be the first time that Australia has made it a criminal offense. Let me repeat that. A criminal offense for its own citizens and permanent residents to enter the country. I never expected this to happen, said Ms. Dylan, a hospital administrator who has tried several times to repatriate her daughter to Australia, including on a charter flight this month that was cancelled. Much of the world has cut off travel to and from India as it grapples with an uncontrolled outbreak, but that is killing thousands of people every day. But Australia, a continent with a strong preference for hard borders, has pushed isolation to an extreme. Australia's decision, announced late Friday by officials who said it was necessary to keep the country safe, has built into a medical and moral crisis. Human rights groups have condemned the move as unnecessarily harsh and a violation of citizenship principles. Other critics have suggested that the policy was motivated by racism or at the very least a cultural double standard. It's criminalizing the situation when intense empathy is required. Get the fine here, right? The island has maintained some of the strictest border measures in the world since the pandemic began. Let me get that. The island has maintained some of the strictest border measures in the world since the pandemic began. No one can leave the country without official government permission. Coming home, even from a country with declining infection rates, often seems to require government connections, celebrity status, or luck, along with $30,000 Australian dollars for a one-way plane ticket. There are about 35,000 Australians overseas who have been unable to make the journey either because they have been unable to obtain seats on repatriation flights or because they have been unable to afford the tickets. Australian officials said the new restrictions with penalties of up to 5 years in prison and nearly 60,000 Australian dollars in fines under Australia's Biosecurity Act would keep its hotel quarantine system from being overwhelmed. So if it is you as an Australian national, a citizen of Australia, and you've been to India, if you come home, you could face 5 years in jail and 60,000 Australian dollars as a fine. But as the song says, just like Christopher Columbus, we just heard a damn blasted liar. Australia, they locked down their borders to the citizens. We have any fines, eh? We have repatriation flights. Our citizens are free to come home.
You see again, he know who he talking to.
Yes.
he know exactly who he talking to. Because who he talking to is not going to do any sort of research on that. They're just going to run with that nonsense.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah. The opposition leader hasn't come forward to say, listen to me, we need to follow the health protocols, right? We need to keep ourselves safe. You're not saying these things. Instead, there's a sort of nonsense left, right, and center. So
constant criticism.
So what advice are you giving to your supporters?
Yeah.
Okay? What advice? What you're telling your supporters to do?
Do not open your door for no police to come in.
Well, then the police will just break it down. Because I don't know if we do understand what the police is and the jurisdiction that the police has. I don't know if all of a sudden we don't know what that is. But if the police sees clear and present danger, they will do what they have to do to curb that. So you could tell people what they want. If you're keeping a party at your private residence and you're not supposed to be doing that and putting others in harm's way, then the police can step in and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
If you don't understand that, well, I don't know.
Exactly.
And what people not grasping is that, well, don't talk about no rights. There's somebody talking here about my rights and my rights. You don't even understand your own damn rights to stay alive and do the right thing. So I was tripping and say more rights. And then it's the same people, God forbid, all you end up on that hospital bed if you have a bed to lie down on. And then you'll hear them, I should have listened. I should have do the right thing. Let me don't reach to the I shoulda now, please. Like I say to you, Dominic, every day we had to come here and say the same thing.
Yeah.
So we not. I don't know.
And because I have an issue with people like this man, right? This low life. Every day you're on social media and he has a following. That's the problem. He has a following who lapping up his every word, and all you do is criticize what the government is attempting to do. And you would not frame the thing in a context to show, well, okay, this is why they did this. So you're all singing a song all the time about vaccine. The government for long, on this whole vaccine thing, they didn't order vaccines in time. They didn't want Rowley say him begging for no vaccine and all kind of nonsense. Jump out yourself and you send letter. Okay, the vaccines came. He take it. Up to now, I ain't hear talk about that. Mr. Oh my gosh, did you go and get your vaccine? About God, Christopher? These 3 clowns on ground report, did they go and take it? Where are the photos? Where are the photo ops? Because we know you all love that. You all love the camera. Showing the members of the UNC who are all of a sudden, they were the de facto defenders and they were the advocates for vaccines. Where the pictures with them taking it? To encourage your supporters to go and take it. Notwithstanding that you see some of their supporters, they don't really need their say-so because they're heading the line to take it on.
Of course.
Oh yeah, heading the line to take it. So now, while the first batch finished, and through the wisdom of the government, they decided rather than just have vaccines sitting down there to inoculate, to give second dose, we will use that up so that more people could at least have some kind of immunity. Because the situation is getting bad again because citizens of this country too damn hardened. Not just hardened. Listening to nonsense like that from people like he and the counterfeit Syrian, who the gentleman spoke about just now. And just last week I was having a conversation with somebody who knows him very well. And the things that I heard about the crookery of this man is mind-blowing.
Ah, boy. What we going to do?
Have another one. Play that one with Mrs. Prasadi's sister.
Okay.
This is from Monday night.
Why are they coming up like this? Hey.
The opposition has anything to do with anybody bringing in illegal venues into country and into what you call these special homes, like your friend's special home, the Copacabana man. Look at this one. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? That is the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, and with the same fella named Bullet, the owner of Copacabana, where 21 illegal venues were found, women and underage girls, found by the police. And you want to talk about shame on you, you're right. Shameless, not shame, shameless. Your Attorney General fraternizing, and you want to talk about the opposition, UNC? Man, go to hell.
Right. So she's telling the Prime Minister go to hell, right? So she knows who owns Copacabana. She knows how many illegal venues are there, right? But let me just read this quickly, Bruce. This was a snapshot that I took of a conversation that former Member of Parliament for Couva North, Romain Ramdale, had just after the election with somebody called Ronald Bola. Hear what she's telling him, because Mr. Bola was chastising her for not supporting Ravi Rathiram. She says, Ronald Bola, yes, I could not particularly support him because of the evidence of human trafficking and corruption during his tenure as PTSC, talking about Ravi Rathiram. As Couva North MP, I was fighting for our women, trying to shut down brothels and assist Gary Griffith with human trafficking, and then you drop this candidate with all these allegations? I must stand on the side of our women. Also remember, this individual was also a NATEX member who engaged in open undermining of sitting MPs in Central, including Ganga, Rudy, Suruj, and myself. So when you have some time, call me again and I will tell you more. This is Romain Ramdale telling you here that there was evidence to show that this man who's sitting in the parliament now was engaged in human trafficking, right? But he's sitting in the parliament. She don't know about he, but you know about Bullet, and you know who owned Copacabana and how many illegal venues was there, right?
Folks, we're going to have music videos. Let's take a break and then we'll be right back. Keep it locked. Street 919 FM, Free Up Yourself Thursday. When we come back, we're going to be taking your calls as we continue the program here. Your Titans of Democracy. We'll be right back.
So all these girls and them, because I tell them already now, we run the block, you understand? Well, I got just banner. Oh my Lord, good afternoon ladies. Afternoon. We only going?
We're going to take our vaccine.
Oh my Lord, can we come at all at two? You take me one time.
Let's go.
Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able. Pretend the needle. Hey, she start to smile. Take it just for a while. Take it. Let you know she able. Pretend the needle. If you see the nurse, hey, she come for it first. Not to take this vaccine. It could be a curse. Of course, as a first responder, her priorities in order. What make hesitate? Girl didn't want to wait. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able. Pretend the needle. She start to smile. Take it just for a while. Take it. Let you know she able. Pretend the needle. I take a took the she take one joke. I went back for a next joke. She take one stick. I come back cause she love it. She take one shot. I went back for a next shot. She take one stick. I come back cause she love it. But the woman friend didn't come make the grade. They say not me and that. This is a charade. But besides a little swelling and a little dizzy feeling, she had me a mess. Thinking about her for this. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. The woman, she able. Pretend the needle. Hey, she start to smile and take it. Just for a while, she take it. Let you know she able. Pretend the needle. I take a joke. She take one joke. I went back for a next joke. She take one stick. I come back cause she love it. She take one shot. I went back for a next shot. She take one stick. I come back cause she love it. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. The woman, she able. Pretend the needle. Hey, she start to smile and take it. Just for a while, she take it. Let you know she able. Pretend the needle. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able.
for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. More to love, yes it's true. Pennywise, just for you. So real, get that perfect smile. Beauty's in every eye. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Yeah, Pennywise, more to love. Yes, it's true. Pennywise, just for you.
Pennywise gives you more to love.
Let's come together in support of our fellow Caribbean brothers and sisters of St. Vincent in their time of need.
We at the Street 919 FM would like to ask the public of TNT.
Join us. Anyone wishing to join us can drop off items at the Street 919 FM front office located at number 56A Maraval Road in Port of Spain. Let's come together as one.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for the Ray of Light Radio Ministry every first and third Thursday of the month from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight on the Street 919 FM. Let your light shine before men that they may see your good work and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew chapter 5 verse 16. For further information, contact 686-3845. 349-5178 or 342-7303.
Get mom in the right frame of mind this Mother's Day and see mom smile. Value Optical has a mom-tastic Mother's Day sale with 40% off all tagged frames and 25% off all other frames. Visit any of our 13 locations and find frames for the entire family. Promotion ends May 9th and conditions apply. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Hey, Blaze, you outside, boy?
How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85-1 for the Mega Ball, 110-1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130-1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value.
But that sounding like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of housekeeping for you. Johnny Q for all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies. Gravel and sand now available. Don't forget Power Master, Optima Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. At Johnny Q number 15, our Peter Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new location, Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63 Tools. Blue Band knows that joy goes further when it's shared. So whether you're baking, cooking, making a sandwich, or snack, including Blue Band will help you to prepare great tasting meals that's sure to keep smiles on everyone's face. The world needs more joy, so spread it everywhere with Blue Band. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all our branches remain open as we continue to provide essential eye care services to you. We strongly recommend that you make an appointment and follow all COVID-19 protocols that we are strictly enforcing for your continued safety. Please call us at toll-free on 800-2020 for all inquiries on how we can assist to meet your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. The Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission wishes to pre-qualify Tobago-based suppliers for the provision of information and communication technology equipment, including servers, desktops, laptops, and peripherals. Pre-qualification is ongoing. Interested suppliers should visit TNTEC's website at www.ttec.co.tt for more details on the pre-qualification process. Let's come together in support of our fellow Caribbean brothers and sisters of St. Vincent in their time of need. We at the Street 909 FM would like to ask the public of TNT to join us in this drive. Anyone wishing to join us can drop off items at the Street 909 FM front office located at number 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Let's come together as one. The Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with the Central Statistical Office, is conducting a nationwide digital inclusion survey. Approximately 6,000 households from various communities are being asked to participate. The information collected from this survey will guide studies to determine how many persons are without access or have limited access to ICTs, as well as measure the ICT skill level of the population. Field personnel will be properly identifiable while observing all necessary COVID-19 health protocols. Get ready to breakfast set and go with Milo. Purchase $40 in Milo powder and win a laptop and $10,000 cash. Plus win up to $3,000 weekly and so much more. See Press and Milo Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. So real, get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. Pennywise gives you more to love. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons and Riyad Emrit, even Raymond Ramnarine and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Coming up at 8:30, we have our Playway Pick of the Day. So, as you know, we get you ready for that. As it starts at 8:30. And that will be for the 10:30 a.m. draw this morning.
I sent you 2 others. You got that?
Yeah, I think I sent it. I think I forwarded it to the... Hey. No, I didn't hear no noise. No, I didn't hear no noise. So, yes. Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
So this is I don't know if I want to call it the heights or the depths of desperation of the UNC, right? Over the weekend, this video went viral on social media. And the claim was being made that this was Venezuelan nationals coming ashore in Cedras or Icacas or somewhere there, right? And what I found particularly disturbing is that people, at a moment's notice, willing to share this, knowing the mass hysteria that this type of thing could cause in the population, without doing any sort of fact-checking. And people who you would think would know better were sharing this, and even some PNM people were sharing this and tagging the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, telling him that he needs to do something and where's the Coast Guard and whatnot and stuff. Only to find out later that this was not Trinidad and Tobago, but in fact Puerto Rico. And these were nationals from the Dominican Republic coming ashore in Puerto Rico. So it seems Puerto Rico has a immigrant problem as well, right? And it's more difficult to discern there because everybody Puerto Ricans and Spanish speaking, right?
Yeah.
So they could these guys could fit in very well in Puerto Rico, easy. And you would know. But the fact that citizens of this country, some of whom call themselves patriots, Bruce, would share this, cause this to go viral and cause panic. At a time when people are very concerned, very worried about the porous borders and the impact. So you so want to push this narrative that it's Venezuelan nationals that are, and only Venezuelan nationals that are responsible for the upsurge and the uptick in the COVID numbers in this country, that you would go and look for a video. Okay, you had to look for this, eh? You went and scour YouTube to look for this and to put it out there. That speaks a sick, demented mind to do something like that. That is the activities, and that is the illiterati to do things like that. But to the PNM people who share that, shame on all you. Shame.
I remember that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, man, that I said something about that. I look into
that ain't looking right.
Yeah, something about that.
Do your fact checking.
Yeah.
And then when you put it out there, now you have to delete it when the truth starts going viral. But you wouldn't even delete it with an apology. So you delete it and you figure people didn't see. I wanted to engage one of them, but there. I say, let me leave it alone.
Caller, good morning.
Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Depending again.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see that video? I got it. And here what? I fact-checked with somebody of high standing. One who will know about that. I didn't see it before. And they told me that. And they even sent the correct video for me. And where it was about. Because the person who said to me first tell me it happened last Thursday in Lucero, you know.
Yes, yes.
And I believe I said, but I didn't see this thing. I said, but what the hell is this? So when I check it, I send back to tell the person, well, look, you know, it's so. But let me tell you, that was a job well done to cause bacchanal and bacchanalia here because they so want to show that the variant coming here through that border. That is what they did. But here what? All that not going to help them, you know. So the mischief makers better listen to people who got the COVID and recover and try and see how best they could protect themselves and stop the nonsense. And for all the men who know that whoever come in and line down with them, like the one I see get shot down in Cedars the other day, all of them bring it. Stop it. Stop it. That is what they have to do. And as for the video you played earlier with that other one in the Senate that don't have any cover for his mouth, that lady, know what she did when she bring him back there, you know, was to come and spew all that kind of thing all over us here.
Yes.
You understand? But we know when he acts and all that, understand, when I heard that, the same thing that you read there for us, I heard it on the news. That Australia tell the people, don't come back home, you know. $10,000 or jail. They say, and when I was watching one of the news too, they say the cricketers, when I'm watching cricket foreign, they say that people there outside cricketers that can't even go back home. You understand?
Yes.
So I know what he talking there was a pack of nonsense. And you see, when they talk to the illiterati, according to use your words, they wouldn't, and they would believe that, you know.
Yeah.
They lap that up. Because when you hear some of them talk, people who you think in decent jobs and who you think would know better, if you hear them talk, man, listen to me now. I'll get vexed, yes? I don't know. The opposition, I'm telling you, is not helping the situation in this country. And for him, all of them on this vaccine, I thought the leaders say sunlight go cure COVID. They talk about Romain, what you call it? What is his name? Punching and lime and lemon and all kind of nonsense. How come all is so hot for the vaccine to come now? How come? Till you had to beg India for what them didn't even have for their own people. Thank God we did get a few, but what? And all, it's still many of them must be taken. But the way it is with this vaccine, because I hear the other night, your position, where the vaccines? Where the vaccines? That's what you fail. Listen to me now, I fed up at them. And I tell you, we have to fact check plenty things that you see coming out of certain camps. They're wicked and bad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yuzina.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dominic.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bruce. Like I told you, we went to do a survey, not really survey, but a Cambridge analytical study. They plundering on the people who cannot read and write and the ones who do not listen to the news. They're preying on them. Listen what Anna Roberts put out there. That's because a lot of them do not go and listen to international news. When they pay $10,000 if you touch the soil. And from day one, they put the restrictions on Australian citizens. But the figure is stupid. All over the world have lockdown. It's only now America trying to pick out. Well, America already, they had disputes because the politician at the end of the day had hotels and all kind of thing. He didn't want to shut down the place. These are the kind of decisions politicians making for you, you know. It's all about them. Mrs. Kamala Pasabi said, if you should have shut down the place with all them supporters own bar or anything. They're watching the statistics also. Who are the ones dying? You see them or not? But they want to go on without mask, or they want to lime, or they want to do this. If I was Dr. Rowley, it have a curfew. All these small islands have a curfew. You must be inside your house by 8 o'clock. That is important because people are not listening. Each time I talk to different friends of mine, people holding party, they keep in line, they're doing things like normal. They need to have a curfew because we don't hear. We don't hear. Look how much people dying. 4 here, 6 here, 5 here, because it's not you, you don't care. We have to listen. They are praying on you. And I told our friend that he telling me he had no corona. And let me tell you something, a massive propaganda is out there. And all they want to do is for we to be fighting this thing. And at the end of the day, the economy will move left to right, and she will board Dr. Rowley Field. Because they are doing their thing on the ground and their mission. And all their main thing is to say, let me ask you a question. For the past, all them Monday night forums, they even rename it, they can't remember the name. You ever hear Mrs. Kamala Pasabi talk about the energy sector in any detail? The only thing Mrs. Kamala Pasabi for you in the energy sector is dress up. I didn't say this, Jack, one of them says, dress up in a pajama suit and give the oil companies no tax till 2025. That's the decision she made for you if Dr. Rowley didn't come and renegotiate that. What them just talk to you, she had come to you for spending $4 billion? Do the math, she spent $1.2 billion to one hospital. And we almost spent $2 billion and this thing. And you like corruption? There's a corruption this way. And out of that, money for the hospitals, is a loan spent in legal fees. So when them talk, them are come for your money. They want to tell you about the care, but then it's agency from $25,000 to $1 million. Who bill over that place down there, Martin there? And those first bill for the poor, she refurbish it and bill it for the rich. But it doesn't have no accountability on a Monday night. All it is here is propaganda and slander talk, disrespecting Mr. Young, doing this, doing that, and all kind of disrespectful thing. And there's only videos do that. I've seen debates about Donald Trump, and when they talk, they used to call him President Trump. But we as a people down here, all we do is disrespect our own. But let me tell you something, whenever she speaks, we must ask for accountability. Ask her who is Christian Lara, and so on, where she get him from, how much contract he got, all these things. But these are politicians that the media and other people is entertain. You know what I'm telling you? So have a pleasant day. I'm telling you, there's one on the science. There's praying on the illiterate. And then have a pleasant day.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning to my brother Hussein.
Morning.
My brother Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, listening to everybody. And here, that thing that cannot pick up and put back into the Senate disrespect the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Kamala Prasad is a very, very, very disrespectful woman, you know. I ain't mixing matters with that, you know, because she showed me that to the highest level. It's another level Kamala Prasad could go to show me how disrespectful she is. Because if she could pick up that man that she fired and bring him back to disrespect, how was she bring him for, you know? She bring him for him to make no good contribution to this country, you know. She bring him that she know that he's a very disrespectful person, just as she. So she bring him there to feel that he could run the government out of office. But one thing I want to say, I don't know why. The government have the authority. You have the treasury. Why don't you bring in some more investigators? Spend taxpayer money now. And let us get these people out of the face now. Bring some investigators to investigate them from 2010 to 2015. What to do with our money? Send the money. The taxpayer give you the authority you have to do it. Because that is too much of disrespect that we holding from Kamala Prasad and the UNC in this country too much. And they really tell us that they're going to make the country ungovernable, and there they go in. Just imagine he asking about porous border. He talking about porous border. He was in the government when they scrapped the blimp. Didn't take the OPPs. And you come and talk about porous border. In other countries, they're making jail long time, you know. Long time they're making jail. We need to that they're going to tell them this kind of unclean behavior. That is unclean behavior. Come now, all of them unclean. Have a blessed morning.
Folks, we're getting ready for Play We Pick Up the Day in just a few minutes as we continue to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, Miss Cummins, Mammy Sauce, Teresa Collins, Sharon, Felix, Mr. Chance, Jennifer. Bruce, my contribution is very limited because what you all are talking here are facts, and it's only illiterate people who know what's happening in this world and here in Australia lock out the citizens. They cannot come in. So that guy, Hannah Roberts, is not relevant in this time because, Bruce, this is total disrespect by Ms. Kamala Bissessa and the UNT to bring back Anna Roberts into this political thing, you know, because this fella is so disrespectful to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and that is your mouthpiece, boy, on a platform, and you want citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to vote for you, They all Kamala Bissessa to give Sharon and Tobago, boy. Hey, let's pray that Dr. Rowley and the medical team, Dr. Pastor and them get this thing together, boy, and let us abide by the rules, stay home, social distance and them thing, because it's a dilemma we're facing, bro. Right? And we the citizens have to help out each other. Okay? Have a good day.
Thank you.
And my last clip from
yes. Where am I? Is it? Is it here?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the clean one. Anyway,
Yeah.
This was right. Okay. So where am I?
She know who in picture, right? She know what bullet. She don't know about this man.
One video clip shows the man who looks a lot like current government things.
Empty the cigarette.
Yeah. If I take 2 quid, go on through. In a road that's over, you're going to smoke that bicycle. At least 20 different parts.
It's unknown who shot the video, when it was shot, and where exactly it was shot, but it appears to be in a hotel room. And in this shot, we can see a set of keys with a tag marked 201. TV6 News tried contacting the minister, believed to be in the video, but calls to his mobile phone went unanswered. The communications minister also could not be reached for comment. We then contacted their boss, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and she said she would not be able to comment until she saw the video.
What? Say that again?
And you're correct. There's something very bad happening. Let me just see if I can respond, okay?
Yes, okay.
I'm sure you appreciate that.
Yes, of course, yeah. Do you recall what I told you is on the video?
Please tell me again.
Do you recall what did I say was on the video?
Well, you can't respond again and tell me.
Oh, you don't. Well, I told you 4 times. You don't remember.
Well, what can I talk to the sensitive people? You can't be sensitive.
Yes, I will, Madam Prime Minister, certainly. I'll do that in the morning.
Now, this story takes us to tonight's People Meter. We ask, do you think...
Yes. Right. Yeah, she couldn't recognize who was in that video, either by sight or by hearing, but she could hold up a picture and she know whose bullet. Dominic Persad had say, I tell you 4 times. 4 times. You don't remember.
We're getting ready for Playway Pick of the Day. So keep it locked. Get ready to call us up to give us those numbers. We'll be right back. This is the Playway Pick of the Day on the street, 919 FM.
Hey, Blaze, you're outside, boy? How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85 to 1 for the Mega Ball, 110 to 1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130 to 1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value. But that sounding like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
The Playway Jumpy. Have everybody. Oh, yeah. The Playway Jumpy.
So remember, with Playway, a player wagers a minimum of $1 on the base wager for a payout of $26. The Mega Mix draw then takes place after the Playway draw and pays a higher price amongst on the 3 options: Mega Ball, Mega Ultra, or Mega Extreme if drawn. The Mega Mix prizes are as follows. The Mega Ball is 85 to 1. The Mega Ultra is 110 to 1, and the Mega Extreme is 130 to 1. So at this time, we will be taking your numbers. Remember, our numbers are 342-0081, 466-5391. So let's see what's going on out there. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Good morning, Douglas.
Morning, man.
Sorry about that.
trying to move from the river. But anyway, the 8th line today.
The who line? The 8th line?
The 8th line, yes. Morning, Coco.
Nice. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic. Sharon. Morning, everybody else.
Morning.
Ready? 6, 9, 31, and 34.
31 and 34.
You get that?
6, 9, 31 and 34.
Yeah, the 9 are playing it back. It's a deep from yesterday. Okay then.
Yes.
Bye.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Officer Bruce.
Morning.
This is Pena, Dominic.
Yes, sir. Morning.
How things you do?
Aye, good.
Ping your radio loud, boy.
Right, I'll lower it down. Sorry about that. And you know, Bruce, I like the team. Yesterday they played 33. So they're going to play 31. This means the Indian woman who take free money. So this means they're playing 31. 22. And 30. That's what she will play for. And 16. But Bruce, there's so much of people in this survey thing and the numbers and them building up. When they go on and take the test, they just take information from the house, where they living.
Yeah, I think they would, to do the contact tracing.
Yeah, if they really taken information which like they're living in Belmont, Gonzales, so up in the east like Chabonas, Enterprise and everything. What they just are going to advise, I don't know if they will take that in consideration.
Ping, I feel you're going to call him back and remember we're in a segment right now.
Roger.
Yeah, man. Caller, good morning. I lost it. Call me back.
Which one number tell you I was feeling yesterday morning? 33.
33 players yesterday morning.
Yesterday, 10:30 and yesterday, 7 o'clock.
Boy. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Morning, Ruthie.
Morning.
No, I have a few numbers very well, but this is what I dream. 6, 8, 10, 16, 19, and 24.
6,
You got it?
8, 10, 16, 19, 24.
19 and 24. Okay?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it can.
What you dream last night? Play.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to the brethren of this radio station, Mr. Bruce Wayne and Mr. Dominic, Sharon, Felix and family. Blessed love. Spider play yesterday. Well, I'm looking for the 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Nice.
I'm bagging it yesterday. 33 and 5.
Yes.
I'm going with 5 and 6 now.
All right, nice.
And I'm watching something too because I dream my house catch a fire. And you know that's confusion. Confusion. So I just hope it can come my way. I rebuke it. Yes. Nice. So 25, watch that too. Yes. 25 and house, right?
Nice.
They have a woman in the dream, but so say, I like the 5 and the 6.
All right.
So far. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Mano, blessed love.
How come I didn't play that 33 yesterday?
I didn't play it either.
Oh. The rain.
Right.
And I was trying to shelter the rain and not remember. and when the rain is up, I forget that clean and go on about my business. Ah, boy. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning
Sharon. Morning to our listeners. Bruce and Dominic, I like to be encircled with goodness. And encircled, that's why I talk about the spirit and the goodness of what Mr. Hines brought to the table with his aura, his conversation. And the outcome of that is what you see in the whole question of even raids taking place. Though people are not arrested, it is still affecting the budget of the people who are bent on doing ills. Yesterday...
Hold on. We in the playway segment.
All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll call back.
Yeah, call us back.
Oh, gosh. So that's all time we have for Playway segment. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Lie down in a pen. I dreamt a cup and I dreamt a hen. I dreamt a horse.
That was the Playway Pick of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
Hey, Blaze, you outside, boy? How you mean? I come out to win big again with the Playway Mega Mix. It's 85-1 for the Mega Ball, 110-1 for the Mega Ultra, and a huge 130-1 for the Mega Extreme. Plus, it's only $1 to play, so don't study them other places. The Playway Mega Mix is the best bet for value.
But that song is like a plan. Give me the lucky mark one time now. Use the new Playway Bet Slip for a faster, easier way to play. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
So welcome back on the inside. We just had our Playway Pick of the Day, and as we're getting ready to wind down things.
So we have on Facebook. Maria Lyons says 34. Donna Walcott also says 34. Patsy Edwards says 15, and Eden Thomas 10, 20, 22, and 32.
At 33, but
Angie, what's your mark for today?
And then 33 for them. Mother, good morning.
A pleasant good morning to my family on the radio.
Morning.
Yes. Let me load on this radio. Yes, good morning. Greetings, blessings, and love.
Yes.
I call it only Franco wives. You know? But I think it have a story in the old business. You know, have to mind your own business, so your own business could mind you. As they go on with me. But I listen to all the confusion you and they still decide to make. And they not let it up. But Dr. Rory ain't going away, you know. And what they don't understand, when the Lord close that door on you, no man could open it, you know. And when he opened, no man could close it, you know. So let them fight up and beating up themselves. And the trouble is the COVID is coming for them, but the uniquely way. And Mama, I try to tell people, only continue to pray. And you see me, I don't see things that hurt people, but the Lord said, tell them whether they hear all this from here. They give it only 5 minutes every so often to have people calling in to pray away. And the people are starting to pray. Pray make the darkest soul withdraw. You understand? It's prayer to beat the COVID. Not a vaccine, you know, prayers. You understand? But all they want to study, pray. You see, they shut down the country, but they leave the prayer open. African people wake up, be wise and be sensible. All they want to kill me, but I don't mind dying for the truth. All they stop all the bad behavior, the man. Why you can't understand we are the crisis here? This ain't no pandemic, you know. This is the hands of God that is writing on the wall. I understand that. I want to pray, man. I get this sick of this. Dr. Larry, you too. Why you close up away? Why you don't close up away? That is the devil's self. People, look, I didn't want to call the program because I don't want to go back to me. But I don't care about none of all you. Because when I go in the kitchen to cook, they see none of you open the all inside of my fridge. You understand? But I have to pray. On a dream to pray away. Dream for cure. You understand? Kill man at the poor and sorry. I love all you, but I'm gone.
Thank you, Mother. Hello, good morning.
Morning again, guys.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mother, I understand you, but you know, now I want to tell people something. I'm not one to. People have the Christian belief about Playway and everything else. It's a big government earner, and it was in the legal hands before. And Mother, when you see Dr. Ray trying to get the legislative agenda to even have the revenue authority, it's to include betting agencies because it's $1 billion industry. Dominic, you all know that outside in the States and those places. We're trying to encapsulate that here in Trinidad with the Revenue Authority that Kamala Prasad will not agree on. And those people who support her and who don't know better don't know that when you support the Revenue Authority, it creates a whole area of jobs involving more money being obtained through revenue collection. Now, if you're myopic, you wouldn't see it. But out there are lots of people who Dr. Romain they are targeting. And I want to tell you guys, there are a lot of good news out there, besides Kamala Prasad and then the nonsense.
Yes.
Your question of oil fine and gas fine is to maintain that social umbrella that people bask on. And that is why I always have a question about poverty in Trinidad. Yes, there are poor people, and if you believe Mother, the scripture, the poor will always be among us. Because there'll always be delinquency, there'll always be problem with people and how they manage their life. Government can't control. There's always a benchmark of government input into that. That won't be long, because I want to tell people, listen to the good news of the government in relation to oil fine, gas fine, that put puts more into the hands of those people who government social sector. You can get more from that. Don't listen to the naysayers who tell you that, COVID is going to do this. Yes, we're trying to deal with the COVID from a perspective. If the health sector overwhelmed, you'll have more deaths. That is what's happening now. You have to stay at home. Make a pilau on a Monday that could feed the children up until the Wednesday. I am doing that home. Make a oko rice that would hit you from the Tuesday to the Saturday. And if you can get your little saltfish and so on, you can go ahead. It's poor food, but you could survive. So my thing is, stay inside there, but listen to the good news on social media. Take away the Kamala Prasad and do it, because I always tell people, listen to those people that have a national heart. That conversation will come from Dr. Oliandi. It will not come from Kamala Prasad and people like Anil Robertson. You all have a good day. Have a good day. All the best.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Dominic and Bruce again.
Morning.
All who's telling people they have a right and they have rights and all these sort of things. When you see the hospital run out from bed space and oxygen and all these things, I hope they tell themselves they have a right and we have a right. And when they tell themselves, so they'll have to ask themselves what went wrong, why we can't get what we used to get, and let us see if their rights come into play that time. Another thing, a woman talk and show some picture with Dr. Rowley and Faris Al-Rawi. Well, of course, I didn't see the other man, but describing who the man is and all that. I wonder how they know so much about this man, if he's an associate or cousin or somebody, whatever it is. And when the people die, anybody die from the COVID, they don't give names, somebody may let out something, but some people who prominent or somewhere about, not hearing anything about them, I wonder if they're dead. Okay, thanks.
Yes, so Dominic, boy, I guess we'll be coming here tomorrow to see the same thing.
I hope the numbers today are such that if that's the conversation for tomorrow, that it would be on a more positive note and that we don't break another record today.
For real, huh?
Yeah.
Continuing to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning to Mr. Bruce Wayne, Dominic.
Morning.
Morning.
It's missing in action. Loyal citizens and callers. You know the problem what we really have in Dominic?
Mm-hmm.
You see the quarantine and the contact tracing, that is cause all this problem here. This is what I looking at. You see the people in quarantine and they have to go in the bank, they go in the grocery, they go in and buy KFC, they go in, if you was watching, they're moving about. And then saying, I know, but so, you was watching, they make an excuse because they test positive, but they still having excuse to do what they're doing. And the contact tracing now, as I read it on the papers, sometimes they call the people and they ain't answer the phone, they're not home.
Yeah.
You understand? Some of them give wrong number when they call it's out of service. So they have to these people, according to how they say it, is 6,000 police calls.
Yes.
When they call the number, the address, they still have the address, so they go and when they reach the now, they call the phone down, but the charge, they've given some flimsy excuse for what they're doing. And this is what the government have to get serious about, the contact tracing and the quarantine, isolation. Because you see right now, I think we might go until June. When May the 23rd come, Dr. Rowley, if you're hearing, carry till June. Because by now in June, we might have the going straight up to the top and then we'll start coming back down. Thank you very much. That's how I see it.
Okay, man. Thanks. That's a point,
No, I see we going beyond that deadline, unfortunately. Unfortunately for those persons whose places of employment are currently closed and whose employers are unable to pay them a salary. And chalk it up to, again, the irresponsibility of citizens, complacency on the part of some. Okay, who want to say it's because of the porous borders, fine. But in order for the Trinidad and Tobago citizens to get it, it means that at some point in time there would have been some commingling with illegal immigrants. Some cases in houses of ill repute. So, yeah. Let us apportion blame where blame has to go. I just blame them alone.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been the thing with us, eh?
And it is that you would read headlines where the police, 6,000 visits.
Yep.
Yeah. Big people. The police have 6,000 visits to make sure you stay home when you're supposed to be in quarantine.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Caller from Miao. Calling from
Yes, sir.
Miao.
Welcome.
Yeah, you do. I just want to say something. For watching this whole scenario from a long time, you recognize the UNC has been trying and wanted this number to work. The attitude. I mean, they say it offhand, but how they operating and how they was operating in the past and even now, like they wanted something to happen because the government was doing so well in this, and the way that it was getting on, we knew that they wanted, because they always, 1 minute they're saying this, next minute they're encouraging people. And let me tell you something, a lady came in and talked, a lady was, not a lady, a guy was telling me that when they went to take the vaccine, she said, the people who calling about things, when you recognize them taking the vaccine and the little black boys are going and take the vaccine, yeah, when they follow checking out what's going on. When some of them taking the vaccine and 20 little black boys, the one who meaning ignorant to that, you know what I mean? And I say, boy, because they went all about it, that people telling you that then they going, and I do understand, I hear a man telling you, and I just to that man say, he never take vaccine ever in his life before. He was in America, and I think he came down. He said, and let me tell you, he takes this one, because this is a deadly disease. This is not like, this is making no joke. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. This is making no joke. I think it's on your program.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, and I listen to that man. But I just want to say something here. Now, Larry Lala and these fellas, something wrong with they're doing. Well, he went up election against Kamala and whatever, but he's trying to get himself back in again. So, he joined the Shepherd team again with the donkey rotations again with them. Anytime they want to fall back in their start at rotation, start talk about border.
Yes.
These fellas have a choice to talk about border. Let me tell you something, Bruce and Dominic. My brother was working in sort of Peter Joseph and them, and let me tell you something. Them fellas say them have equipment lying down in, I think it's Kumoto, with millions of dollars, and these fellas had that lie down there because why? They come and they upset the whole security apparatus, mash up everything, and we all know that with And these things, how we call it again, the facial, not the facial recognition I'm talking about, the next one will just pick you up from all, on the borders now, that's it, you could see, then we had the boat rails coming back to do the interception, plus the OPV race could have last long. No, I don't want to hear them tell us talk nothing about borders. And the borders is not just a gate that's closing. And the PNM government went so far and long, work on that, spend well money, had men train away, right? And these people mash up everything and then come to talk nonsense now. But then we don't have a press in this country. We could remind them. We have a press who's one-sided. And when they talk the nonsense, they'll be asking them questions. You understand? If it's Dr. Rolly, they will stand up and ask questions. But not these people. And I don't want them, and I run them right through. When they come, I will remind them. So this is the end of my statement, Bruce and Dominic. Enjoy the rest of the day, and you go home safely. I will listen off it. Thank you. And allowing me to contribution.
Yeah. So that's basically all the time we have for today. Our word for today is prayer for others. I am honored to pray for others. As I enter into a sacred time of prayer for others, I commit to holding all situations in the light of spirit. If I ever lose my calm after learning of a loved one's personal challenge, I center myself before continuing my prayers. I breathe mindfully, inhaling peace. I relax, exhaling all feelings of concern or worry. With a heightened awareness of God's presence, my heart is at ease and my prayer energy is magnified. I affirm that solutions are unfolding in ways that will bless, heal, and prosper those I hold in my heart. Gratitude fills me as I conclude my prayer time. Praying for others is my sacred honor. My prayers make a difference in the world, and I am blessed in that knowledge. For God, whom I serve with my spirit by announcing the gospel of his Son, is my witness that without ceasing I remember you always in my prayers. Romans 1:9. So that's all the time we have for today, folks. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours.
We just say birthday greetings to Miss Cathy Ann Lamont, Mrs. Cathy Ann Lamont.
Okay.
Have a good one, ma'am.
Yes. So, folks, that's all the time we have. And as we say, Dominic,
ciao.